Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Frater Atrius Horse with Lance and Grail Priory TTO. Welcome back. Got a new book in today that I'm really excited to open. So I figured if I didn't hurry up and sit down and get this on video, my patience would probably get the better of me and I was going to rip into it. So let's get started. Today's theme is going to be Crowley and Thelema, as you have probably seen from the video title, so no surprise there. First up, let's see, we have Aleister Crowley in America, Art, Espionage, Sex, Magic in the New World by Tobias Churton. This is a little damage to the cover here, a little crease. That's going to knock $5 off. This is, got this on Amazon new. It's a hefty little tome here. This is obviously about Crowley's time in America. I don't believe it is super new. Let's see here. It was from 2017. If you can get a good shot of the table of contents here. Crowley on Christ, I have that book. Just browsing over the table of contents here. I think this is basically a somewhat of a biography of Crowley's time in America. Let's see what the flyleaf says here. After 3 sojourns in America of Aleister Crowley, occultist, magician, poet, painter, and writer, sealed both his notoriety and his lasting influence. Using previously unpublished diaries and letters, Tobias Churton traces Crowley's extensive travels through America and his quest to implant a new magical and spiritual consciousness in the United States, while working to undermine Germany's propaganda campaign to keep the United States out of World War I. Interesting. Well, Churton has written another book about Crowley. Yeah, Aleister Crowley, The Beast in Berlin. But being from the U.S., I thought this might be interesting. And comes with its own little bookmark. So it's international. A few pictures here and there. That's a reference to his achieving the grade of Ipsissimus. Be interesting to compare this against Richard Kaczynski's Perturabo. Richard's book is about this size, and it covers Crowley's life. Now this is just about his time in the U.S. So I would have to assume this goes into much greater detail than Kaczynski's book. But there we have it, Aleister Crowley in America. Nice book to add to the collection. And moving on. This is also a new edition, but one I've been looking forward to opening since I received it a few weeks ago. I've heard mixed reviews online about it. And here we have, I'm going to be a little OCD about stuff on the mat today. Stephen Skinner's 4 Books of Magic. His, wow, this is a nice hefty tome. It's also got a little dent damage. I ended up having to get a copy of this from Book Depository and get it shipped over from UK. It was on Amazon for pre-order when I jumped on it as soon as I saw Dr. Skinner's Facebook post that it was going to be released on Crowley Month on the 12th of October. And I think it was about 2 weeks later Amazon canceled my pre-order and never did put it back up for sale. Marco Visconti has a little short review of this on his channel, which I highly recommend checking out. He's a pretty cool guy. But according to Marco, the OTO, well, he didn't specifically say the OTO. He theorized that due to copyrights in the United States, this book was pulled from Amazon. And as the OTO is the holder of Crowley's copyrights in the United States, I don't doubt that a bit. But thankfully it came out in England. You can get a copy on Book Depository if nowhere else. I haven't checked any of the other US bookstores to see if they carry it. But basically, yeah, this is just book 4, Magic and Theory and Practice, with Dr. Skinner's footnotes and commentary. As Marco had pointed out, it's not the best well put together book. The paper is a little, almost maybe a grade above newsprint. The covers seem pretty tight and thick. It does look like it is sewn as opposed to glued, at least to my untrained eye. It could be glued, a glued binding. It is definitely a hefty tome. But I concur with Marco that the print quality is definitely lower than that of the Big Blue Brick that was put out by the OTO. Geez, what, a decade ago? 2 decades ago? It's been a while. I heard that Skinner wrote a nice long introduction here that kind of chronicled Crowley and a little bit of a biography here and how this came about. And I've heard that this is more of an noob-friendly version, introduction to Book 4, to where the Blue Brick is more written towards a Thelemite who already has an understanding of Thelema. This is more geared towards someone who is new to Thelema and doesn't know a whole lot about it. From understanding, the footnotes and comments are a lot less technical oriented, I guess you could say, to make it a little easier to understand. It's still a very hefty book, but you know, it's nice to see Book 4 getting republished again. Even if there are better versions available, as you can see here, there are some sections here have copious footnotes. It'll be interesting to flip through this a little deeper and explore the footnotes a little better. But basically you have book 4, parts 1 through 4, and the appendices, all in one giant book, with some new footnotes and information. Giving a little flip through here to the back. Curious to see if it has an index. It does. Interesting. Nice. Always love to see big, huge tomes like this, especially what can ostensibly be considered reference material with an index. Always makes it easy to find something when you know I have this problem all the time where I know I read something and I'm usually able to narrow it down to the book I read it in, but then finding it from that point is where things become difficult. I don't think it's that badly put together. I mean, it would be hard to sit and read for sure. It is definitely a weighty book. One of my favorite chapters, chapter 20. I will be very interested in checking out the footnotes to this chapter. Definitely, if you're a Thelemite, definitely something I'd recommend picking up. I love the cover. The cover is amazing. Definitely something to pick up and to look into. I'm going to let you get a shot of the back here. I'm going to pause it and read. I like it. I like it. Looking forward to checking in. Flipping through it here and checking it out. As you know, I have 2 sets of the Equinox, so never can have too many copies of Magick. I think this makes my 3rd. I have the blue brick. Oh, no, I have the blue brick. I have a 70s copy of the paperback of Magick, which is just part 3. I have 2 copies of Moda's commentary on Magick, which cover books 1 through 3. One is Moda's original, and one is the second, quote-unquote, second edition that David Durson put out on print on demand. That's available on Lulu. If you're interested in that, check out my video Moda on a Budget, where I go over those books. So this makes my 5th copy of at least parts 1 through 3. So there's that. Got another one here from Jerry Cornelius that I have been hanging on to for a while, waiting on some other things to come in before I opened it. I had stacks and stacks of boxes sitting over in the corner as I assemble these videos, or assemble books for these videos. I've been trying to keep stuff on theme as much as possible. So And I like to try to do at least 3, if not 4 or 5 books per video. Just so I don't want to make them too short, but then again I don't want to make them extremely long. Here we go with the latest copy of Essays. Essays number 9. There will eventually be 10 volumes in this set once it's complete. So we are literally 90% of the way there. And as usual, this is a limited edition of 200 signed. They are not numbered, but they are limited to 200 copies. Most of the first few editions of this are sold out, been sold out. I'm pretty sure from about 3 or 4 on, you can still get copies new if you're interested. I believe this one finishes up the tarot in regards to the Man of Earth Triad initiations in the OTO. Let's see here, give you a good shot of the table of contents. Yeah, here we go. The foundation stones established in the Man of Earth Part 1. The 2 paths of Zadi and Resh connecting to the Ruach. So I'm assuming we're going to finish this up in number 10. Here's the rest of the essays in this edition. Oh, interesting. He's got a book review of Carl Jung in here. Again, these are just fascinating collection of essays by both Jerry and Erica. There's so much information about Crowley, Thelema, the OTO, the AA. These are basically Jerry's AA teachings put into print. What he started with the Red Flame series back in the 90s. He really took to heart here when he started writing the essays. Oh yeah, here's a nice little breakdown here. Starting in Essays Volume 3. 3 covered Minerval in first. We got 2nd degree in 4, which is called the 9th degree restored. 3rd degree is in Essays 5. 4th and PI is in Essays 7. The Magical Link in Essays 8. Lifting the Clouds in Essays 9. And the Rainbow, the Secret Behind the Flood, will be in Essays 10. So if you're interested in checking out his thoughts and teachings on the OTO degrees, that's what you need. Volume 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great book. Great book. Can't wait to get into it. Really can't wait till number 10 comes out so I can complete my collection. I'll be happy to have a complete set of all 10 volumes. Love this stuff. And now for tonight's main event. I got this in the mail today, and I need to rip it open and start reading it on the way back to the mailbox, but then I remembered I wanted to make a video unboxing it for everybody. I decided I better get on it tonight before it got the best of me. Another book by Jerry he just released. This is, he wrote the book a year or two ago, his Memoirs of an AA Initiate, which quickly sold out and went out of print. And this is a expanded version of that with some added dirt on the OTO, which is what I am very interested in seeing. The Cult of Aleister Crowley, being a true story of Thelema from its beginnings until the present. This one was a paperback edition, and it is, these are not signed, but Erica sent me an email the other day that said that Jerry had signed this specially for me, and I appreciate that very much. It will definitely be a rarity in the future that how many of these get out in the wild that are signed. So thank you, Jerry and Erica, if you're watching this. I greatly appreciate it. I've been looking forward to getting this since I ordered it from you. What was it, the first of the week, end of last week, middle of last week, something like that. But definitely. So it says here, this book adds over 150 pages of new information to J. Edward Cornelius' wildly popular Memoirs of an AA Initiate. So this has a I can get a good shot of that. Where you getting? I think it's readable if you can want to pause it and check it out. There's supposed to be some good juicy OTO dirt in here, if you want to call it dirt. I think it's information, explanation, stuff that you probably are not going to hear about anywhere else unless you know somebody that knows somebody that was there when it happened. Originally titled Memoirs of an AA Initiate, second, much larger and revised edition 2021. If we have a table of contents here. No, it looks like it just gets right into it. Ooh, section on Marcelo Moda. Definitely. For those who are interested, or think you may be interested, let me pull up the, I guess I should have done this ahead of time, but I just thought about it. Pull up the email Jerry sent out. Give you a little idea of what's in here. So you may ask, what's new in this book? Here are a few samples. Why is J. Daniel Gunther a Thelemic Pope, according to one of his own lineage members? And did you know Breeze attacked Kenneth Grant and forced him to capitulate any claims to the OTO? And who is Peter Koenig in Switzerland? And numerous ex-Motites like David L. Burson came out of hiding, causing Breeze to flee America to Europe, where he remains hidden to this day. And how did David Scriven become 10th degree? Also within these pages is the untold truth behind the provisional 9th degree, and the OTO chakra system is finally fully discussed with no holds barred. So many great stories. Bill Breeze's claim that Awas, the author of the Book of the Law, was not Crowley's holy guardian angel, but merely his pseudonym or pen name. Phyllis Seckler discusses Bill Breeze's 10th house in Saturn in a letter dated January 26, 1969. Quote, Hitler and Mussolini and Napoleon also had the same type aspect, but the aspect also gives a great fall after a meteoric rise. What so alarmed James Grabe, 9th degree, that he convened a special meeting of the elector 9th degrees in a bid to have Hymenius Beta, Bill Breeze, removed from office? And how did Phyllis Seckler leverage this into a promise from Breeze to leave the various other AA lineages alone? The full behind-the-scenes, never-before-discussed info is presented. What is the real secret behind the caliphate, and what happened to the OTO simply because Bill Breeze never knew it? Why are so many Thelemic movers and shakers under Grady McMurtry, such as Pat King, 11th degree, Tal Allen Greenfield, Dr. Christopher Hyatt, 9th degree, Thelema Coast to Coast podcaster John Crow, Gerald Del Campo, and book dealers Steve Savedow and Ben Fernie, to mention but a few, thrown out of the order? What is the full story of the Phil-Kill controversy? How come the Tunis comment turns out to imply that the Gunther lineage never had any legitimacy in the first place, if we are to follow their own logic? Included are numerous essays written by J. Edward Cornelius on the topic. Now, if that doesn't whet your appetite, I don't know what to tell you. This is not a limited edition, so hopefully it will stay in print and won't get super expensive in the next few weeks or months or years. I was looking at J.D. Holmes sent out his new email list today, and I was looking. Since this came out, he had posted what copies of Jerry's latest works that he still has on hand that are currently out of print. Let me tell you what, man. I mean, I don't have anything against JD. He's a great guy. I bought a lot of stuff from him over the years. He's always treated me right. When I've had a couple of books that got lost in the mail that he replaced for me, no questions asked. But he's a great dude. He's just he's not the cheapest place you're going to find out of print works. I mean, he does put a little premium on what he sells, and that's all right, you know. I mean, I'm not faulting him for that. I just wanted to preface that with when I let you know some of the books Jerry published in the last 4 years that have long been out of print, that he still has new copies of. Some of those are going for, he's priced them at $150 to $200. I mean, these are some books that have doubled, if not tripled in price in the last just 3 or 4 years, which is blows my mind. But I've been saying it and over. I don't know if I've mentioned it in the videos up and before now, but the occult book market is really, really hot right now. I mean, they are flying out of the publishers' doors as soon as books are getting released. It's crazy. Prices on the secondhand market are crazy. I mean, I've been collecting occult books for over 15 years, and I have never seen anything like what I've seen in the last couple of years. I mean, the occult book market is hot right now. Really hot. And I'm glad to see this come out in a paperback. I'm glad to see this come out in an unlimited edition. So the people that are interested in it, go grab a copy. Definitely grab a copy. From what I've read of Jerry's history of the OTO and stuff in the past, if you're interested, so pause for a second. I'm seeing a whole lot of references to Red Flame in here, which is caught my eye. I know a few videos back for Crowley Mess I did a whole video on Red Flame, but aside from that, if you're interested in the AA, the OTO, the history of the AA and the OTO since Crowley, definitely go grab a copy of this. 100%. I cannot wait to sit down tonight and tear into this. This is going to be beside my bed until I get through with it, which, knowing me, it'll be in the next 3 or 4 days. But that's my video for tonight, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Definitely go pick a copy of this up. I highly recommend it. You can get it from J.D. Holmes is selling them right now. You can get them from Jerry himself if you go to his Red Flame website. You can Google it. It's not that hard to find. But get a copy of this. And until next time, love is the law, love under will. Peace.